Rambush, a dangerous top of the order hitter. There's Dutton again, this time with the off-speed breaking ball, catches the outside corner, and he gets ahead early, 0-2.
Remember, Dutton had the bases loaded in the first inning against Florida, wriggled off that hook last week, and then kind of settled in. Important to get off to a good start against Rambush, who leads the SEC in hits.
The 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. Make it 1 ball, 2 strikes. You know, Dutton, a confident right-handed pitcher, and Coach Johnson, after last week's win in Gainesville, talked to that very point that, you know, started out a little wily, but then settled in nicely as the Tigers went on to take that series 2 out of 3. This one fouled off into the seats right side. First foul ball of the day, brought to you by Rotolo's Pizzeria. Remember, they got the dough you really want. Come on in, have a drink or two while they fix you up something new. Slide into a Rotolo's near you. The 1-2, and Rambush fights it off, sends a line drive foul into the seats down the line and right. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Rambush is your prototypical leadoff hitter, puts the bat on the ball a ton, doesn't strike out a ton. Obviously, as I mentioned, leads the SEC in hits, and they've got some thunder behind him, so this is a big plate appearance early in the game.
Auburn certainly with a tough start in that lineup for opposing pitchers, starting with Rambush, followed by Hal, and of course Sonny DeShera. Here's another foul ball into the screen above the first base dugout. Still 1-2. Just underway here on this Saturday afternoon.
Flagpole's hanging limp today, not a breath of wind at the moment.
The 1-2 from Dutton, fouled back again into the screen. Rambush continues to battle at the plate.
It's a good 1-2 pitch there, 94 miles an hour at the letters, but as we mentioned, Rambush will not go down without a fight.
He'll dig back in. Right-handed hitter batting .402 coming in today. The 1-2, a breaking ball lifted in the air to right, coming in. Pearson, a few steps, he'll have it as Rambush sends it right out to the right fielder, and 1 gone here in the top of the first. Great moment before the game today. Autism Awareness Day here at Alex Box Stadium, and 8-year-old Aubrey White offered up the first pitch, ceremonial first pitch. She is Dylan Cruz's #1 fan. She loves LSU baseball, loves Dylan Cruz, and Dylan came out to catch the pitch, and no surprise, it was a strike for Aubrey. That'll bring up Kason Howell, and the first delivery misses a little high from Dutton off speed, and it's 1-0.
Howell 0 for 5 in the opener, but did have 2 hits last night and drove in a run.
Dutton comes back, misses low. This fastball below the knees, and 2 balls, no strikes. Again, Rambush retired to the fly out to right. Howell batting .324. He'll take a swing and send it back behind the plate into the screen. And it's 2-1, another Rotolo's foul ball.
Left side of the Tiger infield, going to play Howell to pull. You see Barry nearing the line, and a couple of steps into the hole is Doty.
The 2-1, again slap foul back behind home plate. Evens a count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 delivery, missing high. That'll fill the count, 3-2. Going back to Thursday night's game, Auburn very disciplined at the plate. Did not swing in a lot of bad offerings. Here's the 3-2. Staying alive is Howell. Last night it was LSU that was very selective at the plate and really able to produce with 2 outs. And as we mentioned, Coach Johnson talking earlier today, the 2 strike hits that LSU was able to accumulate in 12 last night. This one misses outside, and Howell going to work a base on ball. So with 1 out, Auburn gets a runner aboard. Howell heads on down to first base. 24th base on balls he's been able to pick up on the year, and we'll see Sonny DeShera. DeShera on Thursday night, again, the Tigers kind of pitching around him. He was 1 for 3 with a run scored. He was walked on 2 occasions, including an intentional walk. Last night, 0 for 2, walked on 3 occasions. Struck out looking in the first inning to Mikhail Hilliard. He'll stand in, still batting .437. He sends this one towards the gap in right center field. It's over the head of Pearson. He'll have to take it off the bounce. They'll go ahead and hold the runner up in Howell. He was making the turn, but a wise decision will hold him up there. And DeShera with his first extra base hit of the series. And Auburn now threatening runners second and third with 1 out.
That pitch was away, and Teixeira, just an excellent hitter, one of the best hitters in the Southeastern Conference, and he stung that thing. Pearson got a reasonable jump on it, but it was just scorched one hop off the wall there in right center field, and Auburn in business early on. We talked about it right out of the chute last week. You saw that Florida put a little pressure on Dutton, loaded the bases, and he was able to get out of that jam and throw up a couple of zeros after that. We'll see if he's got the same resolve this week.
One of the things you know with Auburn, with their offensive prowess, they're going to put pressure on you, and even Mikhail Hilliard, in his great outing last night, had to battle some pressure early in that game. We'll see how Dutton handles it here with one out. And Auburn threatening, runners second and third. Brody Moore, the cleanup hitter, stands in. Breaking ball up in the zone, a swing and a miss, and it's 0-1.
Sometimes your pitch is so bad it's good there, Chris. That's not where he wanted that breaking ball, but he got the swing and a miss.
Dutton will take it. Gets the sign from Travinsky. Howell and Teixeira each with a lead off their respective bases, as this one again misses high. The fastball out of the zone. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Of course, Moore had the big blow in Thursday night's game, the 3-run homer into the seats in left field following the ground ball that got through Morgan.
This one in the air to center field. Cruz moving over to right center. Should be deep enough. Tagging up is going to be Howell. The throw will come into the infield, and the sac fly RBI off the bat of Moore gets Auburn on the board. They take a early 1-0 lead here in the top half of the first inning.
Just a fastball that caught a lot of plate, and a real short swing there from Moore. Drove the ball in the air, just what he was trying to do. Executing early in the game. You just want to push that first run across and put a little pressure, especially in a rubber game, and they've done that. Now the opportunity here with another runner in scoring position. Dutton's got to bear down. Tigers
have to give up 1 run, but get the second out of the inning. Teixeira stays put at second. Foster, a left-hander, stands in. Dutton with a breaking pitch across the plate, and it's 0-1.
That's the breaking ball he wanted earlier. That one had a little more bite to it. Caught the plate.
Dutton working from the stretch. Looks back to second. Now the 0-1. In the air to center field. Dylan Cruz established himself, at least for the foreseeable future, as the cleanup hitter, but they like this combination out of the gate with Doty, Morgan, Cruz, and Berry, as Doty takes the first offering from Gonzalez, a called strike with a fastball, and it's 0-1.
Now, I thought it was because Barco for Florida on Friday night is such a tough lefty. He didn't want Morgan up there at the top of the lineup, wanted to put a righty up there, but Jay Johnson said, no, I just want him really fear the extra base hit.
This one missing low and inside. Evens the count, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Joseph Gonzalez on the mound for Auburn, coming back from a little bit of blister issue the last couple of weeks. Got on the mound on Tuesday against Jacksonville State.
The 1-1. Little tapper and a fair ball down the line at third. Rambush will pick it up, throw to first. Good throw in time to Teixeira to get Doty for out number 1. Not an easy play by any stretch, as Rambush was playing behind the third base bag, and a little more than a swinging bunt that time. Just kind of bounced its way down the third base line on the grass, which killed the momentum. Rambush had to unload quickly and on target, and he does, to retire Doty. That'll bring up Trey Morgan.
I don't see a lot of leadoff guys that lead the team in steals playing third base, but Rambush showed that quickness moving forward on that play.
Morgan on the year in SEC play, batting .250. And the righty on lefty matchup, and again Morgan likes the first pitch, swings and fouls it into the screen left side. That'll make it 0-1 with the Rotolo's foul ball. Morgan last night 0 for 4 at the plate. He was 1 for 4 in Thursday's loss to Auburn. The 0-1 ground ball, routine right to second base. Cole Foster easily throws to first in time. And a quick start for Gonzalez in this Auburn defense. 5-3 and a 4-3 putout, 2 gone.
That's what you're going to see from Gonzalez. The frame at 6'4", 230 pounds looks like a guy who's going to blow fastballs by you. It's actually more of a sinker, and when he's right, he's going to get a lot of ground balls. He's gotten a pair of those right out of the chute here against the top of the Tiger order.
Dylan Cruz coming to the plate. Cruz batting .276 in league action. Gonzalez will rock and bring it to the plate. Missing high eye level. And it's 1 ball, no strikes. Dylan in SEC play 2 home runs. He's driven in 8 runs so far. The 1-0 delivery. Here's a chopper right at Foster again at second. He'll put the glove on it, throw to first, and 3 up, 3 down for LSU here in the bottom of the first inning. They go quietly. Quick work by Gonzalez on the mound. No runs, no hit. 194 for Auburn so far this year. The 0-1 from Dutton. Again, a breaking ball lifted high in the air behind the plate. Travinsky on the LSU logo will make the grab for out number 2, and LaRue retired.
Really nice job by Travinsky there. Identified it, flung the mask. The wind's blowing a little bit. It wasn't an inning ago. Now that wind blowing out towards left field, and he was camped out on that thing and squeezed it.
Travinsky really playing well. When you look at replacing Alex Milazzo, is still working to get back to full strength. Coach Johnson telling us earlier in the week that may come in the next week or so. And Travinsky again providing some offense and doing a good job behind the plate defensively. Ryan Dial will stand in. Dutton delivers the off speed for a strike, and it's 0-1. Dial getting the start today in game 3 as the designated hitter, hitting .244. This is his 79th plate appearance of the year. The 0-1 skips the dirt in front of the plate, evens it up 1 ball and 1 strike. Dial batting .167 in SEC play for Auburn, his 19th at bat in league action. With 2 outs, the 1-1. Foul ball. Grounder towards the first base dugout. Dutton gets ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
A lot of strikes in this inning, which is exactly what you want. You know how good the top of this Auburn lineup is. When you see some of these guys like Dial, like LaRue that haven't swung it as well, you got to be aggressive and try to churn through those guys at the bottom of the lineup.
The 1-2. In on the hands and missing for ball 2. Dutton tried to bring the heater inside, missed the plate. Dial with a good look, stays away.
The lefty Dial digging in. Jordan Thompson, the second baseman, about 6 steps back on the outfield grass in right field.
2-2, hammered foul down the line. Third base way. Keeps the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs and Auburn leading 1-0. Here's a swing and a miss. Dutton brought it inside on the hands. This time Dial. That one missing at 91 on the gun. 1-0 to Barry. Swing and a bouncing ground ball and a base hit. Right of second base. It'll bounce its way into center field. And the Tigers with their first hit of the ball game. Jacob Berry, the leadoff man aboard.
Good piece of hitting there by Barry. Just took it right back up the middle. LSU's going to try to focus on catching the bottom half of the baseball here, thinking that's the way they're going to do it, because everything that Gonzalez throws is going to sink, and they're well aware of that. He's gotten the ball on the ground 4 times in a row, so he's obviously throwing the ball with a lot of sink, but that one found a hole, and LSU's got a leadoff base runner here as maybe the hottest hitter on the team digs in.
That'll bring Braden Jobert, who's had quite a week. Really been hitting the ball well, but the numbers starting to pile up going back to last weekend. First delivery from Gonzalez, misses the inside corner, and 1-0. Jobert leading the team, 38 runs batted in. Barry off of first, and the pitch missing outside.
Just a little bluff there by Barry, kind of seeing if he could get a jump at 6'4", 6'5", 240 pounds. It takes Gonzalez a second to unwind, and if he can get a jump, they want to go. Barry's certainly not one of LSU's faster runners, but it may be worth a look.
Throw over as Gonzalez now going to try to keep Barry closer to the first base bag. He slides back safely. Braden Jobert on the year batting .326. Again, .261 against SEC competition. But here of late, he's been able to rack up the hits, and there's another one. Base hit goes opposite field through the 6-hole. Berry trying to get to third, and the throw is cut off. He'll arrive safely. Runners on the corners now with nobody out for LSU here in the bottom of the second inning.
That's really good all around there. Jobert, we know the power, and it's all to the pull side, but that shows right there he's able to take a ball down on the outer side of the plate, hit it the other way, and Berry never stopped coming around second base. Just great base running with the ball in front of him. You're not looking at a coach there. You're looking at the ball, and you're saying, I can make this happen, and he's now at third base with nobody out, and LSU's got a chance to put something together here.
Yeah, it was just the right touch off the bat, too, going opposite field. Perfectly placed. Moore did not have a play at shortstop, and then it just kind of slow rolled out there to left field, which again, good heads up play by Berry. Looking out at the baseball, never wavered, came around second, gives the Tigers a possible tying run just 90 feet away as Jordan Thompson stands in. Thompson, a .301 hitter on the year. Righty on righty matchup as Gonzalez to the plate, and the pitch rides in high. Fastball of 92, and it's 1-0.
They will really shade Thompson here to the pull side, specifically at second base, with holding Jobert on at first. Deshara there, and the second baseman really close to the base there. The entire right side of the infield is vacated for the Tiger second baseman.
The pitch to Thompson, swung on, and a bouncing ground ball foul down the third base line. 1-1 the count. Thompson, second on the Tigers team, batting .308 in SEC play. Wide stance at the plate as the 1-1 delivered. Outside, LaRue sliding to his right. Keep that in front of him, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
That was a big sweeping breaking ball there, and LaRue did a great job to spring over into the left-handed batter's box and knock that thing down. That could have been a run.
Berry at third. Jobert at first base. Auburn leading 1-0. Nobody out, bottom of the second. Gonzalez in some trouble for the first time early in this game, but he delivers a swing and a miss. Thompson couldn't find it, and it's 2-2.
91 on that heater, which is about what we imagined from Gonzalez. That's where he wants to live.
Tigers with an opportunity to tie it up here. The 2-2. Ground ball, base hit, left of second base. It will bounce its way to center field. Berry will come in, and we're tied 1-1 off the RBI single from Jordan Thompson. Thompson now with his 14th run batted in of the year.
Gonzalez got that heater by him on the pitch before that, tried to sneak it by at 92 there. Thompson was really short to it and just slapped it right through the infield.
So now runners first and second, still nobody out. Gavin Dugas coming to the plate. Dugas last night making Sports Center with that incredible catch in left field, leaping over the foul line, pulling the baseball down, and then slamming into the side wall, but hopped up immediately and trotted his way back to the dugout on a huge play defensively for LSU. Time called as actually Gonzalez spun back to get the runner back at second base without a throw. Jobert steps on the bag. Now he'll take his lead. The pitch from Gonzalez showing bunt. Dugas, and he drops to a knee off balance and couldn't get the bat on it. Misses outside. 1-0.
Can't imagine Gavin Dugas has been asked to lay down many bunts in his life. You're talking about a guy who led the league in RBIs last year.
We'll see what he offers here. Again, an opportunity to advance runners if the bunt still is in play. Shows bunt and pulls it back as it misses outside from Gonzalez.
Third baseman Rambush is playing a step inside the bag. He's not charging very hard. If Dugas is going to put this bunt down, it needs to go to third base to force Rambush to come in here and field it so that the runners can move up.
Nobody out in a 2-0 count. Gonzalez kicks and fires. Bunt shown. He pulls it back, but a strike on the outside corner. Our umpires today down at first, Josh Miller, Brandon Cooper at second base, Jeremy Dupree down the line at third, and Scott Kennedy behind the plate calling the balls and strikes. The count now, 2 balls, 1 strike. Runners first and second. Gonzalez, the pitch, in on the hands. A light fly ball towards second. Coming over is Moore. He will leap up and pull it down for out number 1. As that one jammed in on the hands on Dugas. Just a soft fly ball. Records the first out. Runners obviously stay put at first and second.
Interesting at bat there. He got to a 2-0 count, which is the ideal count. They asked him to try to bunt there. He pulled it back, then got the green light to swing the bat with a strike and wasn't able to produce much of anything there. So now it'll be up to the freshman Josh Pearson, who's getting his first start of the weekend.
Pearson getting the start in right field, a left-handed hitter. This is his 15th at bat of the year. Right-hander Gonzalez misses with the first offering. Ball 1.
Pearson's got a ton of talent and a sweet swing. Freshman from up there in North Louisiana. Got a bright future here. It's just tough to break into this lineup as a young player, but he's getting his opportunity today. Got to make the best of it.
The 1-0. Missing outside. And again, Gonzalez falling behind the count early. It's now 2-0.
Fell behind 2-0 to Joe Bear, 1-0 to Barry, obviously 2-0 to Dugas, and then 2-0 again. That's the stark contrast from the first inning where Gonzalez kind of had it working, falling behind this LSU lineup here in the second.
Again, Gonzalez will turn and look back to second. Joe Bear dances his way back to the second base bag. Hayden Travinski on deck for LSU, but now Josh Pearson, the freshman, at the plate. Pitch from Gonzalez. Swung on, a soft fly ball, but it's carrying back to center field, and going back is out.
In a couple of years, realized he was way too good at baseball to play there, transferred over to Airline, and now he's here in Baton Rouge. But eventually, he walked the same halls as me at one point.
It had some impact, no doubt. There's a strike on the outside corner. Gonzalez now makes it 1-1. There's a quick throw down from LaRue, but Joe Bear was already back at third base. 1 ball, 1 strike to Travinski.
The exaggerated shift on Travinski, 3 infielders to the left of second base with Deshara holding Thompson on at first. Again, the entire right side is wide open.
1 ball, 1 strike. Gonzalez to the plate, and a swing and a miss.
That swing there tells me Hayden has no interest in hitting the ball to the right side. He was totally pulling off there, and that slider swept off the outside corner, nowhere near.
Impressive slider there. Expected to see it 82 to 85, and that time 85 with the breaking ball. Out of the reach of Travinski's bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 down. To the plate, and a ground ball to third. Scooping it up is Rambush. A couple of steps. Easy from the first base dugout, so thank you, Mr. Oliver, for your service. Bobby Pierce leads it off. First pitch. He will line drive this one into right center field. Auburn wasting little time to get started. Throw comes in. Got away from Doty momentarily, but Pierce will stay put at first base. And Pierce in that 9 spot has been effective last night, Hunt. He in the top of the order. Rambush, good 1-2 punch for Auburn as Pierce would go 2 for 4 with a run scored.
That was Pierce's first start of the season. This is just his second. Hey, if you're going to let me play, I'm going to swing it.
So the leadoff man aboard for Auburn. Now to the top of the order again, Blake Rambush. Flied out to Pearson in right field. His first time up to start the game. Dutton with the breaking pitch, missing 1 ball, no strikes. Fans just like the winning lineup. Remember, Cintas has the all-star services for all your business needs. Everything from uniforms to kitchens and restroom solutions. Get ready for the workday with Cintas. Pierce takes the lead off first. Dutton notices and throws to Morgan. Pierce able to get back to the bag.
Tigers back in the Sunday goals this week. Didn't wear them last week in Gainesville. I heard on the Jay Johnson show earlier this week that they asked, let's go back to the grays. So the players wanted to wear them, but back home at the box. Back in the golds on this Saturday that is game 3.
Here's a 1-0 called strike. Dutton on the inner half of the plate evens it up 1-1. I was going to ask you, as a long-time, lifelong LSU fan, about the explanation from Coach Johnson. Said the players came to him, as you said, and said, we want to wear the gray again. We're going for a series victory, and we're on the road. Breaking ball from Dutton misses inside. Not by much, but it's 2-1 now to Rambush. And he said, hey, look, I love the traditions. It's what makes LSU LSU, but trying to get these guys to buy in. If they ask the coach for that, you got to sometimes give in. And again, no surprise back here for Game 3. They got the championship golds back on today. The 2-1 Rambush, big swing, pops it up out of play down the right field line, evens a count 2-2. Interesting also, when asked what his favorite tradition was at the box, he went with Garth Brooks calling Baton Rouge when the Tigers get going offensively and they got to go to the bullpen, the opposing team. I say there are a lot of Tiger fans that probably fall in that line.
That's kind of the Pavlov's dog deal where they trained him to salivate at the bell. You know when that song plays, LSU's got something to cook. You're already in a good mood when the song plays, so it's kind of not fair. There's very little negative energy going on when that song is played. Usually they're going through a pitching change and the Tigers have a couple guys on base.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Rambush. Pierce with a leadoff single stands at first, and the pitch, called strike 3 at the belt inside corner. Rambush doesn't like it. And Dutton records the punch out. That's his second in today's game. A strikeout brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. Nicely done. Dutton working all sides of the plate. Now we'll face Case and Howell. Howell earned the walk-off of Dutton in the first. He came around to score that lone run from Auburn. So with 1 down, a runner at first, Dutton again will fire it. It's in the dirt. Morgan able to pick it off the dirt, keep it in front of him as Pierce is back safely.
Impressive heater there from Dutton on the inner half. It's sometimes difficult for a freshman to want to challenge the SEC's hits leader with an inside fastball. He went to it and kind of locked Rambush up there.
Dutton to the plate. Swing in the air down the line in left, and this one's going to drop in just foul by mere feet. A fly ball off the bat of Howell that for LSU fans seemed to take forever to come down. You could hear the oohs and ahs as it lifted in the air.
We got the left fielder Dugas shaded towards the left center field gap, so there was no way anybody was going to catch that thing once it left the bat. It was off the end of the bat, not hit great, but it was in a really good spot. If you're Auburn, just kept drifting the wind ever so slightly, blowing towards left field, and may have pushed that the necessary couple of feet foul.
The Argyle, Texas native. Cason Howell back to the plate. Now the 0-1. He will soft line this one to right, but again it will be Pearson coming over. Great jump to get to it to record out number 2. Howell retired.
Yeah, Josh Pearson, really good jump there to run that line drive down. He has not played a lot of right field in his life. He certainly has in the fall and then in the preseason and some a little bit this year, but has not been a right fielder for the majority of his life. And so it's a little bit of a different angle. That ball was low off the bat, and he charged in, caught that thing shoulder high, and to second out of the inning.
Now we'll see Teixeira, who had the double back in the first inning, was left stranded at second base. Dutton will face him again, deliver a breaking ball that misses high, 1-0. Teixeira, hailing from Hoover, Alabama, home of the SEC baseball tournament. The 1-0 swung on towards first base in foul territory, but it'll catch the overhang out of play and moves the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Something tells me he may have been destined to play in the SEC growing up in Hoover with that annual event, spending so much time there. Going to be exciting to go back this year in May for what is the best college baseball tournament in America.
Such a great week there. I've been lucky to go a couple of times and just watch so much baseball. And the city does such a great job of hosting it.
The 1-1 sent back into the screen, and now Dutton ahead in the count 1-2.
I've been impressed watching Deshar all weekend. Of course, the numbers jump off the page at you. I think the thing that's impressed me the most with him is his selectiveness at the plate. Yeah. He will take his walk. I know I'm hitting a million. I got a bunch of home runs. I hit 19 of them last year, but if you're not going to throw it over the plate, I'll walk down to first base.
2 outs, runner at first. Dutton's 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to the top of the order, due up here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. Tie game 1-1. Cade Doty to lead things off. Grounded out to the third baseman Rambush, his first time up, back in the 1st inning. Gonzalez, the right-hander, with the 1-0 delivery in the air to center field. Coming over is Howell, and he'll have it for out number 1. Sharply hit off the bat of Doty. Kason Howell tracks it down for the first out of the inning. Hunt, you made the comparison that these two teams a lot alike. You look at the numbers, you look at the makeup, you look at the pitching rotation and bullpen, and no surprise here as we still plenty of baseball in game 3, but we're here in the bottom of the 3rd. Each team with 3 hits. LSU, Auburn with 2. It's a 1-1 ball game. Very similar to the first 2 matchups. As this one, a comebacker bullet sent right back to Gonzalez off the bat of Trey Morgan. And reflex of Gonzalez just whips it out of the air in the glove for out number 2. Wow.
Sometimes you catch the ball, sometimes the ball catches you, and that was a rocket shot off the bat of Morgan, and the reflexes just kicked in. A heck of a play by Gonzalez, but probably scarier than it was effective.
I'd like to see the speed off the bat of that one of Trey Morgan that literally went right back to the rubber, and Gonzalez the wherewithal to snag it for the second out. That'll bring Dylan Cruz quickly to the plate. This pitch misses high, but the first 2 games LSU led 2-0 after 4, then a big inning for Auburn in the top of the 5th. Last night it's a 3-0 lead. Top of the 7th, Auburn makes it 3-2, then a big inning in the bottom of the 7th for LSU. We may be setting up for a similar play today. Both pitchers given up hits, they've given up a run, but both pitching pretty well as the swing and a miss for Cruz evens it up 1-1. Setting up outside is LaRue to the right-hander, and there's the pitch. Just under the letters, the fastball from Gonzalez gets him ahead 1-2.
You know, Gonzalez has gotten 2 very quick outs and 3 pitches, in fact, in this inning, but LSU has stung the ball twice the second time around the order. The first time through 7 ground balls. 3 were hits, but a lot of ground balls.
Here's another ground ball off the bat of Cruz. Coming over to his left, Rambush got a glove on it, but it hits the heel and gets away, and Cruz will arrive safely at first base.
Yeah, Rambush coming over to his left. Not a very difficult play right there to make it in stride and just hit the heel of his glove and kicked away. So Tigers fortunate to extend the inning. We'll see if Jacob Berry can make it hurt.
Maybe just lifted his head to check on Cruz, who he knew has speed down the first base line, trying to determine how much he would have to fire at the first. May have just taken his eye off it momentarily, and that will be the first error of the ball game. And it keeps LSU going here in the bottom of the 3rd. It brings Jacob Berry to the plate, who had the single and came around to score the lone run for LSU in the 2nd inning. Infield playing straight up with Teixeira covering at first. Here's a bouncing ground ball. Diving for it is Foster. He'll knock it down in the shallow right field grass, but can't hold on. That'll leave runners safe first and second now as the Tigers.
1 walk and 3 strikeouts. He has thrown 44 pitches to this point.
1-0, a strike with a fastball, and it's 1-1. Of course, pretty big deal going down just down the road a little bit in the Big Easy starting this evening. This one fouled back into the screen. Moore now falls behind 1-2. The men's Final Four begins in New Orleans.
These tickets aren't cheap from what I'm seeing over there in New Orleans.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to just walk up, try to get in. Here's the 1-2. High and a line drive. Swung on and hit right to Thompson. Had to move to his left, leap up in the air, pulls it down for out number 1. That will retire Brody Moore.
Both teams stinging the ball the second time through the line. Of course, LSU in the last inning had the line out by Doty to center field, had Morgan who scorched it up the middle, and right there you got the line drive to second, and Howell back in the last inning lined out to right field where Pearson made a nice running catch.
Cole Foster, a left-hander, stands in, takes a swipe at the first pitch, fouls it out of play left side. Sophomore out of Plano, Texas. Flied out to center field back in the first inning. 0-1 the count. Kansas and Villanova, well, they'll get it started. Villanova a little short-handed personnel going into that matchup.
Justin Moore, torn Achilles in the Elite Eight. The last minute of the Elite Eight, just a gut-wrencher for Jay Wright's team and for Moore personally, who's been a huge piece to that team.
And you may have heard there's another game later in the evening.
Potentially.
Yeah, North Carolina and Duke meeting for the first time in the Final Four. This one missing outside, not by much. It makes it 2-1 to Foster. Got any favorites? Not even going to ask you who the title winner is. Favorites for Monday night's matchup?
Yeah, I like Kansas. They're the most complete, I think.
2-1, driven up the middle, base hit into center field. Solid poke off the bat of Foster. A 1-out single, and Auburn has a runner aboard.
They get a shorthanded Villanova team tonight, and we'll see what the ACC winner can bring on Monday. It's going to be an unbelievable atmosphere in the Superdome, though. I'm not wild about playing in those massive football domes. I think it's tough on the players that play in gyms and arenas their whole life, and then you put them in a 70,000 seat dome and ask them to shoot jump shots in there. But I like Kansas.
Runner at first, that'll bring Mike Bello. Another left-handed hitter is Dutton. Brings it to the plate, and a swing and a miss. Off speed, and it's 0-1. Fans, if you want a little fun, then play Sapphire Sevens from the lottery. You can win up to $20,000. Stop at any lottery retailer. Pick up Sapphire Sevens today for your chance to win up to $20,000. Pick up your tickets and get your shine on. Must be at least 21 to purchase. 1-1 our score. 1 out. Runner on for Auburn at first base at an 0-1 count to Bello. And the pitch missing low and inside.
Of course,
1 ball, 1 strike.
Those listening to us on the Plains got to be disappointed their team couldn't quite make it as talented as they were. They were really fun to watch all year long. Of course, Jabari Smith's going to be a wealthy dude here in a couple of months, and that team was really, really fun to watch, but just couldn't quite get it together away from Auburn Arena those last couple of weeks.
The 1-1. Off speed, right down the middle. Dutton gets ahead, 1-2. Explosive. Man.
They got it rolling over there in Auburn, though. They'll be back towards the top half of the SEC once again next year.
Explosive offensive team, no doubt about it. Runner at first, the 1-2. Bouncing ground ball to second. Thompson slides, knocks it down, jumps up, throws to Morgan. The stretch behind the first base bag. He's got it for out number 2. Tough play for Thompson. Mook to get the runner out at first base. Runner at second with 2 outs and a swing and a miss. Nate LaRue chases one, breaking away from the right-hander, and it's 0-1.
Dutton at 55 pitches, threw just north of 70 last week against Florida. So they said they would love to get 5 innings if they could. Right now working in the top half of the 4th.
The 0-1. Another off speed. Got a piece of it, but in the mid of Travinsky. And LaRue falls behind 0-2. The Mobile native fouled out behind the plate to Travinsky his first time up. LaRue came into today's game batting .222 against SEC pitching.
Got to waste one here. No reason to throw anything near the plate. 0-2.
Runner at second. Dutton fires, and it is outside. LaRue wisely stays away, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Glad you all could join us on the radio and on the SEC Network Plus here on this Saturday. If you're not at the ballpark, you're certainly missing out on a glorious day.
A lot of people here. Good energy on a Saturday.
But we're glad to have you. Here's the 1-2. Up and out, and again LaRue with a good eye. Keeps the bat back, and it's 2-2.
Good 1-2 pitch there. 92 miles an hour, just missed. Close enough to maybe entice, and now you bear down, try to make your out pitch here, 2-2.
Two balls, 2 strikes, and Dutton will turn and look back to second base.
Thompson playing very close to the bag there at second, so a little bit of room on the right side. Morgan is a couple of steps towards that hole. Good bit away from first base.
2 outs and a 2-2 count. Missing outside. That'll fill it up now to LaRue.
See, that one not quite competitive enough, 2-2. You've got a guy standing in there in LaRue who has had his bumps this year, hitting sub 200. You got to make a better pitch, 2-2 there. But got another one as a payoff pitch coming here on the way.
Foster with a lead off second. A 1-1 ball game here in the top of the 4th. The 3-2 pitch, swing, and just staying alive off the end of the bat is LaRue. It rolls to the backstop. Rotolo's foul ball keeps him alive. Still 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fans, this inning brought to you by AccuTemp Services. Don't let AC or heater outages keep you on the bench this year. Just text home run to 31996. Get your Tiger tune-up from AccuTemp Services, proud partner of LSU Athletics. So they'll re-rack it. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. LaRue from the right side. Dutton fires to the plate, missing high. They appeal down to first. He did not go around. LaRue will pick up the 2-out walk. Runners now first and second for Auburn. Bring up Ryan Dial again, the DH.
Dutton did his job, got ahead 0-2, but could not put away the Auburn backstop, so that'll bring another left-hander to the dish now in Dial.
Dial, a strikeout victim to Dutton. His first appearance in the second inning. One of 3 punch-outs today for the freshman right-hander. This pitch misses somewhere, not sure where, but it's 1-0.
Fontenot's still pitching, but not exactly in a hurry down there in the Tiger bullpen.
Auburn threatening here with 2 aboard. 2 outs. The pitch to Dial. Base hit up the middle into center field. They're going to wave around Foster. The throw coming in will be up the line and easily coming in to score to give Auburn a 2-1 lead is Foster on an RBI single from Ryan Dial. That makes it 2-1.
Dutton had the guy hitting sub 200 from the right side of the plate down 0-2. Got to the left-hander there who put a good swing on the ball down in the zone and just flared it into center field. Not hit exceptionally hard, but certainly hard enough. And Cruz came up firing, but with 2 outs, runner was on the move. No chance to cut him down at home. So Auburn now takes that 1-run lead.
Bobby Pierce, very effective at the plate, but he may not get to go against Sam Dutton as Jay Johnson now emerges from the first base dugout of LSU, and he'll make the walk out to the mound. Much more well known for his exploits out of the bullpen. With 2 outs, first delivery to Pierce is a strike off speed down at the knees, and it's 0-1.
Devin's done a good job all year locating that breaking ball for strikes, especially early in counts, kind of get ahead. And at this point now you can kind of do what you want. 0-1.
Pierce with the base hit off of Dutton back in the 3rd inning. Got LaRue at second, Dial at first base. The 0-1. Off speed, misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Hit in the air in right field. Pearson coming over. Settles under it. He'll squeeze it.
Guy hit back in the 2nd inning through the middle of the infield. They still shift him. 3 infielders left to second base.
The 0-1. Missing low from Gonzalez.
Gonzalez a little bit of a throwback with that sinker slider. That's a very 80s and 90s way to pitch. Now it's all about the spin rate and the fastball and the sharp breaking ball. He's a little bit of a throwback, but he's been effective. Got a lot of ground balls thus far.
41st pitch, and it misses outside. He's been efficient again. He's given up 1 run on 4 hits. But nobody down in the bullpen. Nobody making a move to the bullpen. Following Gonzalez right now is Coach Thompson. 2-1 the count to Jordan Thompson. Gonzalez will wind, and the 2-1. Fastball in the outside corner will even it up 2-2.
You wonder how long Gonzalez is able to go here. He's thrown 42 pitches thus far, but we mentioned coming off that blister injury, returned to the mound on Tuesday where he threw 2 1/3 innings against Jacksonville State. You wouldn't figure he'd be in the line to go 110, but he's been pretty effective.
The 2-2 opposite field. Thompson drops it into shallow right. Second hit of the day for Jordan Thompson. Again, we've seen a ton of those early in this game, Hunt Palmer, and that is just some soft knocks off the bat, both for Auburn and LSU, but they count just the same.
That sinker got in on Jordy's hands there, but he still got enough of the bat on it to flare it into right field. I chuckled at Deshara's reaction. The first baseman, he knew he had no chance to get a play on it, and his all of his shoulders just kind of dropped. Since he's a little bit of a character over there at first base.
Gavin Dugas stands in. Gavin today popped out to Brody Moore, the shortstop, his first and only at bat so far. Thompson off and running, and a swing and a foul ball came right back down on the plate. Thompson will head back to first. Jay Johnson, again, his philosophy is explained earlier this week. There are certain pitchers they feel, based on the analytics and data and the body language, that they may be able to get out and run of. It's not a major staple of the LSU offense, but he said, hey, it's not because we don't believe in going for stolen bases. It's just we're going to do them in bunches, and then we may go a while without it. We'll see what offers here with Thompson again extending his lead off of first. Gonzalez will fire, and it's in on the belt, missing inside. 1-1 to Dugas.
You mentioned Gonzalez being 6'4", 6'5", and he does not use a slide step. He brings that knee all the way up to the belt buckle and kind of unfolds like a big lawn chair and lets it go. Thompson had a great jump. He would have stolen that base. Not sure if it was a hit and run or if Dugas just had the green light if he saw something he liked. But in any event, Thompson had to go back to first.
The 1-1. Off speed, catches that corner inside. Dugas falls behind 1-2.
It's a good breaking ball right at Dugas' hip, and it just spun in there on the inside corner, locked him up.
Thompson will extend his lead. Now a good 2.5. Now an extra step gives him 3 off the first base bag. The 1-2 pitch. Slow rolling ground ball to short. Moore is going to have to come after it. The throw to first is just in time to beat Dugas, who seemed a little surprised. Great throw by Moore, who literally had to wait as the clock was ticking on that slow rolling ground ball to shortstop.
That was a cue ball at the end of the bat. A lot of side spin on it. Moore did a good job to glove it. Had to throw it across his body, but he came around it like you teach a good shortstop to do and got his momentum moving towards first base. Made a strong enough throw to Shara with the stretch there and just stayed on the bag to retire Dugas. But Thompson does move up to second base. So the tying run 180 feet away with 1 down.
Josh Pearson stands in. Fly ball out to center field. Pearson, the left-handed hitting freshman, awaits, and the first miss upstairs. 1-0. Wind picking up again, blowing right to left towards the scoreboard in left center field. This pitch missing outside to Pearson. Make it 2 balls, no strikes. The flag's fully unfurled. State of Louisiana, LSU flag, and Old Glory above the batter's eye in center. Thompson off of second. The pitch to Pearson again missing high. 3 straight balls offered up by Gonzalez. It's 3-0.
You'd think Pearson would be taking here. LSU trailing, just a freshman. This is maybe Cruz or Barry. You tell him fire away, but youngster, don't want him to be too over aggressive here. He'll probably take a strike.
Gonzalez glances back to second. The 3-0. Misses high, ball 4. Gonzalez gives up the walk. Now the Tigers with 1 out. Runners first and second, trailing by a run.
First free pass issued by Gonzalez. He's been around the zone all day. Now 2-1 for Travinsky.
So Travinsky will stand in. Got to believe he looked up at those flags before digging in from the right side. Thompson plenty of wheels at second base. Pearson on the walk at first, and the first pitch from Gonzalez, a called strike with a fastball. 0-1.
I was having a conversation with a former player from the 90s earlier on Thursday night, and he said, yeah, Todd Walker used to show up at the park and just look at the flags and just hit it there. I said, well, that must be a luxury. Some guys are just a little different.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a ground ball to third. Rambush scoops it up. He will toss to second. The relay to first is in. They come to the plate. Devin Fontenot found the final out there in the top half of the 4th inning for the Tigers. Back out on the mound. Rambush atop the order will start things for Auburn, and Fontenot delivers a breaking ball, misses a tad high, and it's 1-0.
And close the book on Dutton. 3 2/3 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs. They were earned, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He threw 64 pitches.
Ground ball down the line at first. Morgan will take it off 2 bounces and step on the bag for a quick out number 1.
Can you call it a Sunday hop if it's Saturday but they're wearing the gold jerseys and it's game 3? That would be it. One hopper, chest high, one step towards the bag. Morgan touches it quickly, one out.
Kason Howell now will come in. Howell on the day in the 2 spot. He's 0 for 1. Earned a base on balls in the first, scored that first run, then flat out to right. Pitch comes in from Fontenot, spins Howell away, missing for ball 1.
Fontenot was always going to work the middle innings today as far as Dutton could get them. You figure Riley Cooper would factor in a little bit later for LSU, but right now this is Devin Fontenot's game.
Devin square to the plate. Now will wind and bring the 1-0 pitch. Drops in low, ball 2. Fans get low rate long-term financing right now on powerful Kubota tractors, mowers, and utility vehicles. Visit LSUKubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer and test drive a Kubota today. Pitch to the right-handed Howell. Popped up near the first base dugout. Morgan quickly over, gives it chase, but it will catch the screen and ride down into the dugout. Rotolo's foul ball will move the count 2 balls and 1 strike.
Thought the wind may hold that one up. Trey was looking up at the sun, looking up at the ball, kind of finding the wall, and just about 10 feet out of his reach there.
Howell awaits, and the 2-1. It's a bouncing ground ball foul down the third base line. Now Fontenot evens up the count 2-2. Again, last night paid attendance here at the box 11,111. Gotta believe, Hunt, we're close to that here today. Seats pretty filled in the grandstand, down the lines left and right. Great group of fans out on the left field landing, and the Dow, or rather Community Coffee Diamond Deck in right. This one just misses outside from Fontenot, and that's going to fill the count now. Howell making it tough after LSU picked up that quick out to start the top of the 5th. The pitch, missing low and outside. The plate takes the wide stance from the right side of home plate, and the 2-1. The spinner misses high and outside. Make it 3-1. Dangerous spot to be in with Teixeira. Again, LSU has spent most of the weekend outside of that strikeout earlier in the game, staying away from Teixeira. Let's see, Fontenot, a alpha competitor, but may decide again not to give him anything to work with. He can certainly change the game with one swing of the bat.
That's why he's so good, though. He's just not going to extend the strike zone. If you don't come in there, he's not going to chase.
Another quick throw over to first, this time again, as Hunt told you, he's got the perfect separation between first base and himself, and Howell just gets back again. (3-1). In the air to center field. Cruz on his horse going back at the track, at the wall, and it is gone. Off the batter's eye in center field. Teixeira with his first home run of the series, his 8th of the year. It's a 2-run variety. And that will make it 4-1 Auburn.
He's just an exceptional hitter. You got him in a 3-1 count there. Fontenot challenged, and he hit that ball 430 feet to center field. It's 405 to the wall. That thing hit halfway up the batter's eye. He is a strong dude with incredible plate discipline and quick hands, and that thing was absolutely scorched to center field.
So Auburn extends the lead, still just 1 out. And Brody Moore now will follow up Teixeira. Delivery, a strike, make it 0-1. Again, the leadoff walks, they tend to come back and hurt. Again, Rambush grounded out, but Howell got aboard with 1 out with the walk. It also comes back to hurt after the home run from Teixeira. Sent back into the screen, a foul ball. And it's 0-2 now, the count to Moore.
As a visiting team, what you want to do is try to take the life out of the crowd, and that swing right there by Teixeira certainly did that.
Here's the 0-2. Off the end of the bat, foul ball. Moore stays alive, still 0-2. Fontenot looking for the out pitch, and the breaking ball is lifted foul down the line into the seats in right.
Just left that one up. Not very much snap to that Fontenot breaking ball there. He's been able to get it over for strike one at times, but to get that punch out, the break on that slider just has not been there today.
Coming into this weekend, LSU and Auburn tied for second behind Arkansas, and this is an important series. They all are, but LSU at home this week, trying to win this series, is again more fighting at the plate. Sends this one foul out of play, because you look up, Hunt, for Coach Jay Johnson and the Fighting Tigers. They come away this weekend, then it's on the road at Mississippi State, followed by a road trip to Fayetteville against the aforementioned Arkansas Razorbacks. The 0-2, another breaking ball, and it's lifted in the air. Could be playable down the first base line. Morgan near the side wall, and he'll ride the switch hitter against the left-handed Cooper. And the pitch off speed is strike at the knees, and it's 0-1.
Cooper making his 12th appearance. He's got a 4.05 ERA, 13 1/3 innings, 16 hits, 11 runs. 6 of those have been earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 10. Going to feature 3 pitches of fastball in the upper 80s.
The 0-1. Gets loose, misses high and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fan Super One Foods has super low prices on all your game day favorites, so up your grocery game. Who doesn't want to do that? You can score big with Super One Foods. The 1-1 to the plate, and it misses inside. 2-1.
You can close the book on Devin Fontenot. He goes an inning, allows 1 hit. It was a big one, the 2-run homer by Deshara. He allowed both those runs. They were earned, walked 1, no strikeouts through 22 pitches.
2-1 pitch, fastball, ground ball left of second base, will find its way into center field. So with 2 outs, Foster delivers a single, his second hit of the ball game. Back-to-back at bats. The inning will continue as Auburn gets deeper into the lineup. We'll see the left fielder Mike Bello come to the plate.
Thought it was interesting they went to Cooper there with the right-hander coming up. He does allow the hit, but now the left-hander Bello will dig in. Maybe give Cooper a little bit of an advantage with that breaking ball.
Foster will take his lead, and the pitch from Cooper. Breaking ball misses low and away to the left-hander. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 delivery down the middle, evens it up 1-1.
Cooper, of course, made the trip from Arizona to Baton Rouge with head coach Jay Johnson. Got a lot of big outs on the road to Omaha for Arizona last year, and has been asked to do the same here for the Tigers.
The 1-1 outside corner, off speed, and he gets ahead of the hitter Bello. 1-2. Yeah, when you hear Jay Johnson talk about Cooper, I mean, same way he talks about Mikhail Hilliard. Again, just has tons of confidence. He told me earlier today in the dugout, and he thinks the repertoire of Cooper works well against this lineup of Auburn. This one will miss outside to even up the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And this was kind of the roadmap today. It hasn't gone perfectly scripted. You wanted Dutton to maybe go a little bit more, Fontenot to eat up a couple more outs in the middle, and then Cooper to factor in the back half. You're just in the 5th inning here, and you've run through all 3.
Runner at first, and now Cooper will toss over. Keep an eye on Foster. Last year for Arizona, Cooper had a team-high 29 appearances, 2 starts for Coach Johnson as a true freshman, and went 3-0. Finished the year with 4.88 ERA and 31 1/3 innings pitched. 2 outs and a 2-2 count. Pitch to the plate. Bello gets a piece, sends it to the screen, and will live to swing again.
Good hands there by Bello. A little bit fooled there. The breaking ball was out away from him, and he got the end of the bat on it and lives to fight another day.
By the way, in his relief outings last year, opponents were scoreless 18 of the 27 outings he had. So it's probably easy to have some confidence in Cooper. Time called as Bello stepped out. Check the runner, now toss over. And that one's more to break up the timing, keep him a little closer to the bag. Not a quick move yet from Cooper. Bello, by the way, 0 for 2. A fly out to center and grounded out to Thompson on a great play back in the 4th inning on the 4-3 putout. The 2-2 inside. They'll appeal, and third base umpire Jeremy Dupree says no. Bello held back. Did not cross the plane, and it's now a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
That was close, but I think it was the correct call. So with a full count and 2 outs, you will see Foster on the move. Trey Morgan will back up off first base, won't hold him. Up to the pitcher, Riley Cooper, to get the last out here.
Auburn leading 4-1. Cooper, the payoff delivery. Breaking ball called, strike 3. 70. He's given up 5 hits, but only 1 run.
No, he's done a great job. You look at him here, he's thrown 55 pitches, so not a huge pitch count, but coming off that blister and having pitched 2 1/3 on Tuesday, as that ball misses at 0-2 to make it 1-2. You figure he's not long for this game. There are a couple guys jogged down to that Auburn bullpen. This is the 3rd time the top of the lineup will have seen Gonzalez, so we'll see how long he can hang in there, but he has been great.
1-2. Ahead in the count. Breaking ball hung up and hit to center field. Cason Howell, though, plenty of room, gets under it. And a long fly ball out by Doty, and 1 is gone here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. TJ Ribs Fans, the official barbecue restaurant of LSU Athletics, home of our head coaches shows. They've been proudly serving the greater Baton Rouge area. Their famous barbecue since 1986. TJ Ribs, the reason for ribs. At the season premiere of the Jay Johnson Show earlier this Monday. We'll be back there 7 o'clock this coming Monday. Funny story before we got started last week. With 1 out, Trey Morgan stands in. He sent an absolute scalding rocket back to the mound last time that was handled by Gonzalez. First pitch misses outside, and it's 1-0. Right-hander will rock and fire. Swing and a miss. Fastball gets by Morgan to even it up 1-1. Right before we went on the air, Hunt, just haven't had a chance. Visited with Coach Johnson a number of times. Traveled with him to Gainesville. So, Coach, by the way, I haven't asked. Did you have a weekly radio show in Arizona? And he said, no. But we had a good time. I said, buckle up. This will be fun. Bouncing ground ball up the middle. Trey Morgan gets aboard with a 1-out single. His first hit of the day. Brings the Alec Box Stadium fans to life a little bit after they've been quiet after Auburn took the 4-1 lead.
You do a number of coaches shows over there, TJ Ribs. What's the order? What do we go with?
I usually like the baseball steak. That's usually what I go with.
Okay. I'm a brisket quesadilla guy. It sounds like you're in 3rd grade to order that, but it's delicious. I like it. I go with it.
You like what you like.
Can't go wrong with a quesadilla.
Dylan Cruz board on an air back in the 3rd. He grounded out his first time up. Here's a swing and a little bouncer to 3rd. Could be 2. Rambush throws to 2nd. Foster the relay, not in time. Cruz will beat that out. Does record out number 2 as they get the lead runner in Morgan. And we'll see Jacob Berry now come to the plate. And again, Gonzalez effective with the very slow ground balls. We've seen a ton of them off the bats for LSU today, something that we predicted just on the scouting report alone.
12 ground balls that I count through 4 1/3 innings of work. That is what he's trying to do. He's throwing that sinker, and we talked about LSU needing to try to find the bottom half of the baseball to drive it. They did that a little bit in the 2nd and 3rd, but he's done a great job of keeping the ball on the ground in the infield.
Jacob Berry's been effective today. He's 2 for 2 against Gonzalez. A couple of base hits. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. First pitch outside makes it 1-0.
Been monitoring those flags all day. A lot of activity blowing out to left. Not the case right now. Flag's pretty still. I know a guy wearing number 14 in the left-handed batter's box that can put one into the right field seats pretty quickly.
That one misses away. 2-0.
In fact, there's a guy on deck that can do it too.
Pitch to Berry. Misses outside. Gonzalez now looking for the strike zone. It's 3-0.
I'm a proponent of the 3-0 green light in a lot of cases. When you're down 3, you can't afford to do it, especially with Joe Bear swinging the way he has. So I would imagine Berry will have a take sign here.
Gonzalez will come set. Here's the pitch. Take is on, and it's a strike. Make it 3-1.
Now you take the shackles off and say, swing away, All-American.
Down by 3 runs here. Battling in the middle innings in game 3. Way outside, and he's still loosening up. We'll get back to action on the diamond with 2 outs, runners first and second. Jobert awaits, and the pitch from Gonzalez again misses outside. So the strike zone eluding Gonzalez. He walks Berry. First offering outside.
Everything's away right now from Gonzalez.
Jobert asks for time. Is granted time. He steps out. The 1-0. Outside corner. Evens it up 1-1.
Again, that one away, away, away. If you're a left-handed hitter here, you got to think about closing that front shoulder off and trying to drive the ball towards left field.
Tiger staff talking about against Gonzalez being up on the plate. This one lifted opposite field to left field, going back on the run, and holding on is Bello. Even surprised himself that the ball stayed in the glove, but a great play by the Auburn left fielder. Takes things off. Mike Bello with a great play in left field, allowing Joseph Gonzalez again to wiggle off the hook. LSU threatening, but come away empty-handed. This one fouled back into the screen, and Riley Cooper ahead in the count now 0-2. You take a look at the game so far, and this one's starting to really add up. Tigers 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Missed an opportunity there in the bottom half of the 5th inning. This one just misses the outside corner, make it 1-2 to Bello.
Jobert did everything right in that at bat. We talked about working away, 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 drive the ball the other way. He hits a rocket line drive to the opposite field, just right at your outfielder who makes the play moving backwards.
Bello, a right-handed hitter facing the lefty. The 1-2. Called strike 3 at the knees on the inside corner. Nicely placed by Riley Cooper, who records the strikeout, his second in relief. Brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices. And a big punch out there. We'll bring up Ryan Dial. Dial getting the start at DH today. Struck out to Samuel Dutton in the 2nd inning, but delivered an RBI single in the 4th. Tie the game up. Auburn would add 2 in the top of the 5th. Or again, to add to their lead, I should say. They took a 2-1 lead on that RBI single from Dial. This one fouled back, and it's 0-1. Wind picking back up again, right to left. Cooper, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. The fastball by him. It's 0-2.
Cooper's just done a good job with all his pitches here. Through the front door two-seamer to get the punch out of LaRue. Mixed the slider in. The changeup's been good, and that was a good heater there to get to the count 0-2.
With 1 out, the pitch to the plate. Stays away and misses outside.
So Cooper kind of dropped his arm slot there. He's got a lot in the bag of tricks there. Does the left-hander. The 1-2 pitch. Outside corner, called strike 3. Dialed down on strikes for the 2nd time today. Back-to-back punch-outs for Riley Cooper. 2 gone. Yeah, same pitch there. LaRue, the right-hander, locked him up on the inner half with that running fastball. And you'd have Dial, the left-hander, goes right back to that pitch, but it's on the outside corner there, and Dial could not pull the trigger. A pair of Ks to open up the inning for Riley Cooper as Paul Gervais grabs a baseball down in the Tiger bullpen and begins to lightly toss.
Bobby Pierce at the bottom of the order. 1 for 2 so far today. Showing bunt. He'll pull it back, and the pitch is outside. Ball 1.
9-hole hitter Pierce shows bunt. Berry, who was playing about 4 steps behind the bag, now about a step and a half behind the bag, creating some holes on the infield, if nothing else.
The 1-0. Swinging and off speed way out in front. 1-1.
There's that changeup. Really good pitch there. Left-hander to the right-hander. Fading away.
1-1 pitch from Cooper. Another swing and a miss. Off speed again, and Pierce can't time it out. 1-2.
That was another changeup. Pierce not anywhere near those two changeouts from Cooper, who now kind of can do whatever he wants. 1-2.
Cooper in the driver's seat here with 2 gone. The wind and the pitch. Fouled off the end of the bat. Catches the railing on the first base dugout of the Tigers. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Time to triple up there and go back to the changeup, and Pierce that time just got a couple of stitches of the baseball to foul it over towards the LSU dugout.
Cooper ahead in the count. The 1-2. Ground ball. Slow bouncer to second. Thompson has it. The throw is a little up the line. Successful in the start thus far for Auburn. The first pitch to Thompson. Sharply hit ground ball, but on the short hop handled by Moore. He'll throw to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. Gonzalez now a 5 1/3 innings work. He's given up 6 hits, 1 run. It was earned. He's walked 2, struck out none, but has elicited a plethora of ground ball outs today, and gets 1 again to record the first out of the inning. And we'll see Gavin Dugas.
That was a short hop that Moore picked there, and he flinched a little bit on it, but he did glove it and made the calm, collected throw. Thompson just grounded right into the shift there, just like Auburn wanted, and they'll keep that shift right on for Dugas.
Dugas 0 for 2. Right-hander awaits, and the breaking pitch from Gonzalez, a strike to make it 0-1. Gavin a pop out to the shortstop Moore, and grounded out to Moore his last time in the 4th inning. The 0-1 off speed, misses low. 1-1.
Pitch count now for Gonzalez north of 70 as he works in his 6th inning.
The 1-1 to Dugas. Misses high. 2-1. Fastball still there. Expected 89. Can run it up to 93, but again consistently 90-91. 2-1 way upstairs. Now make it 3 balls, 1 strike.
Gonzalez long outing of the year. I mentioned against Rhode Island. He threw 6 2/3 innings back on March 5th. Had 1 more start against Middle Tennessee before the blister problems showed up.
Gonzalez the 3-1. Outside corner. Got the fastball there, and it's 3-2. Auburn with an right-hander ready. So the Tigers start to get something going. 3-2 pitch. Off speed. Way out in front. Swing and a miss. Dugas down on strikes. That's the first strikeout for Gonzalez on the day, and records out number 2.
Yeah, Gavin was all geared up for a 3-2 heater there, and Gonzalez just threw that slow breaking slider, and it was way out in front. A really good pitch by the Auburn starter, who has just been great today.
So LSU going to try to find a 2-out rally. It's escaped them here so far in game 3. Josh Pearson, the freshman left-handed hitter out of West Monroe, will try to get it started. Gonzalez, of course, with other ideas, sets him up with a fastball strike. 0-1.
Velocity still good, 92 there on the fastball from Gonzalez, so just hadn't been a lot of high-stress pitches for him in the last hour and change.
The 0-1. Strike on the outside corner, letter high. Pearson seemed to be surprised by that, as were LSU fans. But Pearson now has to battle at the plate, behind in the count 0-2. Slam to right field, base hit off the bat. So Pearson delivers the 2-out single, his first hit of the day, second time he's reached. That's the 7th hit for LSU on the afternoon.
Yeah, Josh Pearson's a guy this staff really likes in this freshman class, and it's just, as we mentioned earlier in the game, difficult for him to find at bats in a lineup that has been as productive as LSU's has over the first 6-7 weeks of the season. But given an opportunity today, and he's reached base a couple times, that was a rocket into right field by the youngster.
Brings up Hayden Travinski with 2 outs, runner on. First delivery from Gonzalez misses high, 1-0.
Travinski's grounded the ball to third base a couple times, hadn't been able to get under that sinking fastball of Gonzalez. We'll see if he can the third time he sees him.
Pearson with a lead off of first. The 1-0. Hit high and deep to left field. Down the line in left, and this one will eventually find its way foul.
He sure did. Got right on under that one and hit it 380 feet down the line, but just foul.
1 ball, 1 strike. A long Rotolo's foul ball. Travinski will ready the bat. The 1-1. Another swing and a foul ball, this time behind the plate into the screen. 1-2. Travinski batting .375 with 2 outs in the inning. 1-2 pitch. Fastball way outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
After seeing the power of Travinski over the last 3 days, I just don't think Gonzalez is going to throw anything else over the inside half of the plate unless it's a big-time mistake. Hayden's got to look outer half here.
2 outs and the 2-2. Little tapper, slow ground ball. Charging in is Moore. He'll have to go to first. Cooper facing him for the first time. Just misses the inside corner. It's 1-1.
Rambush 2 for 4 yesterday, drove in a run. In the opener, he was also 2 for 4.
Here's the 1-1. There's a strike on the inside corner. Not all that different from the previous pitch, but it will move Cooper ahead 1-2.
Glove side fastball has been Cooper's best pitch all day today. Right-handers and left-handers alike, he has commanded it very, very well.
Wind blowing in now towards home plate. Here's the 1-2, and a sharply hit ground ball took a nasty bounce and comes off the body of Doty. There'll be no throw. Rambush will arrive safely.
Looked like that one hopped up for Doty. I don't know if he was looking for it, and we don't have the replay in here, but it bounced up towards the belt, and he obviously wasn't there for it. It caught the heel of his glove and just popped out. But again, the infield defense for LSU has been the Achilles heel all season long, and that opens the door with some really good hitters coming up and nobody out on a ground ball that was just hit right to Doty.
Travinski steps out, gives the sign to the LSU infield here. Brings Case and Howell to the plate. Tough break for Riley Cooper. Now has a runner aboard on that error assessed to the Tigers shortstop. First error of the day for LSU.
Rambush at first leads this Auburn team in steals. He's 6 for 10 on the year. Of course, Cooper lefty makes it a little bit more difficult, but a 3-run lead gives you a little bit more aggressive ability.
Pitch missing outside. 1-0 now to Howell. 4th error of the weekend by LSU. Howell reached base twice today by way of walk in the 1st and 5th inning. Flied out to right back in the 3rd. Off speed across the plate for a strike. 1-1. Cooper with a little wiggle on that off-speed delivery.
He's a junk baller. That's just what he is, and he gets a lot of outs.
And a throw over. Rambush sliding back safely.
Barry playing a step inside the bag at third there, just off the grass, thinking maybe Auburn may try to put a bunt down. I kind of doubt that. And with Tashara in the on-deck circle, that would maybe take the bat out of his hands.
Here's the 1-1. Off the end of the bat to right field. Pearson coming in, and Pearson able to grab it for out of first. Tashara with the blast to center field. 2-run homer in the 5th, his last time up. He's got a double and a home run today as this first pitch off speed from Gervais misses inside. 1-0.
Wow. Gervais has been a guy who's been well over 90% heaters this year, and he starts Tashara off with the breaking ball.
Right-hander comes set. Now the 1-0. Missing low.
I think they respect this guy
a little bit.
Back-to-back breaking balls from Gervais. This is a big pitch. 2-0 to a guy who's going to be sitting dead red on that fastball.
As soon as Gervais comes in, Raiselman gets up on the mound. Here's one swatted to left field. Dugas coming in, got a glove on it, but couldn't hold on. Tough play as he was charging, the ball dropping quickly. A play that we've seen Dugas make, but by no mistake is that an easy play. He just can't hold on, and that'll keep runners safe first and second with one out.
And that thing was smoked. 2-0 fastball, and Deshara crushed it. Dugas came in sliding and got to it, just didn't quite.
Would answer in the bottom of the second to tie it at 1 apiece. Auburn, though, got ahead in the fourth and added 2 more runs in the fifth. Here's a swing and a miss, and that'll fill the count now to Moore, 3-2.
You would think in this spot that Auburn would be aggressive and try to stay out of double play and steal the runner at first, but it is Deshara who does not run very well, so he may be camped out there with a 3-2 count.
Middle infield still looking for a possible double play ball to get out of it here. Rambush at third base. The pitch way outside and low, ball 4. That'll load him up.
Saw Gervais really cringe after he delivered that one 3-2 and he wasn't even competitive.
Again, now Gervais going to step off the rubber. Gervais, the first offering. In the air, but foul into the screen. Got a swing, got a bat on it, and it's 0-1. LSU trying to keep it together here with duct tape and staples to keep it a 3-run ball game. Auburn has the bases loaded, 1 out. Pitch to Foster. This is high from Gervais, 1-1.
Sure, arms in the LSU outfield do got a little bit below average in left field. Cruz has a cannon in center field, and Pearson about average over there in right should there be a shallow fly ball. Speed, speed, speed at third base, though.
The 1-1 pitch. In the air, but foul towards the seats down the line and left, out of play. And Gervais ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fans, H&E Equipment Services, the official construction equipment partner of LSU Athletics. For all of your rental needs, call 877-700-RENT or visit HERentals.com today.
1-2 the count. Gervais has got to go with his best pitch. That's the fastball. That's what I'd go with here. Try to get the strikeout.
Foster awaits. The 1-2 off the end of the bat stays alive as Gervais offered the heater. It's still 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Either way, if you want to elevate it to the letters and try to blow it by him or keep that thing down and away and see if he can't hit a ground ball at somebody, but I'm going down with my best pitch here if I'm going to.
Gervais looks in. Travinsky delivers the sign. He'll come set. Bases loaded, 1 out. The 1-2 in the air, down the line and left. Dugas giving chase, but it will bounce foul on the top of the bullpen mound in left field.
That bullpen mound down the left field line got some action in it. Gonzalez has been great, unless you'd probably like to see anybody else at this point, but they got work to do before they get the bats in their hands.
Runners take their lead, first, second, and third. 1 out in the top of the 7th. Auburn up 4-1. The pitch, low and inside. Fastball at 97 from Gervais. Again, very selective as Foster, not biting. It's 2-2.
Yeah, I think that's probably what you're going to see the rest of the at-bat. Country hardball. I just don't think you're going to throw that breaking ball, which he has not thrown for a strike yet today, in a spot where a walk will play to run.
See where Gervais tries to put it, and he elevates the fastball, swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Foster, and a big second out. Here in the top half of the 7th inning, Gervais records his first punch out in relief. Big strikeout brought to you by Super One Foods. Great quality at super low prices.
You called it, fastball just below the letters there, and just couldn't catch up. That's my best against your best. Here it comes, and Gervais wins the battle. A huge punch out for LSU, and you could find a way to wiggle out of this thing. The momentum shifts a little bit into your dugout, but a long way to go before we get there.
So with 2 down, Mike Bello, the left fielder, 0 for 3 today. First pitch from Gervais. I'll say misses low. 1 ball, no strikes. Bello flied out to center in the second. Ground out 4-3 in the fourth and was caught looking in the fifth inning. Rambush at third, Deshara at second, Moore at first. Here's a swing and a miss on a fastball. Gervais going right at him. It's 1-1.
Just a lot of life and a lot of run on that heater from Gervais. The spin rate's good, and obviously coming from that 6'10" frame, a 3/4 arm slot, it's tough for guys to catch up to.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside, down at the ankles, 2-1. A fastball missing, dialing it up to 96 off the arm of Gervais.
Bello hitless today. Keep it that way. Tigers will have the top of the order coming up here in the bottom half to try to chip into this lead.
2 outs, bases loaded. The 2-1 outside corner, called strike. Time the fastball over the outer black, and it's 2-2.
Gervais will get a little lift from the crowd here. They've been quiet for a couple of hours, but this is a big spot in the game. They know it.
The swell starts to rise here at the box. Bases loaded, 2-2 count. Bello awaits with 2 outs. The pitch, swing, and just got a piece.
Travinsky's mad at himself. That one caught the webbing, and he just couldn't keep it.
Just didn't hold on, but it keeps it 2-2. Gervais will try it again. The tall right-hander comes set. The 2-2. Reaches out with the bat, fouls it to stay alive into the screen above the third base dugout.
That was as defensive a swing as you're going to get, but that does the job.
Again, the crowd trying to lift Gervais. Now time called as Bello granted the timeout. 4-1 Auburn leads. Threatening with the bases loaded. The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes Bello. 2 monstrous strikeouts for Paul Gervais as the Tigers avoid disaster in the top of the 7th inning. Auburn threatens, no runs, 1 hit, 1 error committed by the Tigers, and Auburn leaves 3 men on. Still a 4-1 ball game. Top of the order for LSU coming up this 5th inning. A sharp line out to the mound in the 3rd, and he grounded out to Foster at second back in the 1st inning. Doty off of second. The pitch, swing, and a foul ball into the screen. Evens the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Doty again will take his lead off of second. Gonzalez from the stretch fires it to the plate. Swung on, a bouncing ground ball. Goes over the top of Brody Moore, looking to go up and pull it down. It took a high hop and right over the glove. Doty never slows down. He'll come in to score, and it's a 4-2 Auburn lead. An RBI base hit off the bat of Trey Morgan. Boy, it looked like it was going to bounce right into the glove, and that last bounce just towers over the extended arm of the shortstop, Brody Moore.
Not sure if that was top spinner and hit a cleat mark or a pitch mark there, but the ball just took a trampoline-style bounce over the head of Moore, the shortstop. And LSU will take any break they can get. Joe Bear hit a missile back a couple innings ago with a couple of guys on. That's an unlucky break. That is a break for LSU. It was looked like a routine ground ball to short, and it ends up in center field.
Trey Morgan with his 22nd RBI of the season. Now Dylan Cruz with Morgan at first. Cruz awaits. Gonzalez delivers a fastball strike. Again, good velo still late in this outing. 92 mile an hour, and it's 0-1.
I think this will be Gonzalez's last batter. I would bet they would turn Barry around here with the left-hander. So empty the tank here if you're Gonzalez.
The 0-1 in on the hands and a swing and a miss. And Cruz down quickly, 0-2. Cruz will go into protective mode here. The 0-2 pitch. Going to catch him. Hit him. Got him on the forearm, and that'll put runners first and second with no outs. And with Berry coming to the plate in the second, another single in the third, got a board on a walk in the fifth. Morgan at second, Cruz at first base. The 0-1 from Skipper. Swung on, foul into the screen. Berry falls behind early, 0-2.
Of course, Berry about 120 points less in the batting average from the right side. All of his home runs from the left side. So this kind of a no-brainer here for Butch Thompson and Tim Hudson to go to Skipper and turn the Tiger All-American around.
Runners take their lead. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball, lifted, base hit, going to drop into left field. Morgan going to be waved around. The throw coming in from left field, going to be cut off, and Morgan slides in safely. And Auburn now with a one-run lead. The RBI single from Berry makes it 4-3.
That was a fascinating play to watch. Berry got just enough of it. It was pretty evident from here that ball was going to drop into left field. Morgan was kind of holding a little bit. Then he got on his horse when he saw it was going to be down, and Coach Fitzgerald gave it a look, and then put that go sign on. Morgan never slowed down. The throw was cut off. Really good job all the way around by LSU, and now that lead is shrunk to 1, and there's still nobody out.
That'll bring Braden Jobert to the plate. Jobert 1 for 3 today. His base hit came back in the second inning. First pitch drops in low from Skipper, and it's 1-0. So Auburn tried to turn Berry around, but a solid hitter able to deliver the RBI single off the left-handed Carson Skipper. 1-0 misses outside to Jobert, staying away from the power-hitting left-hander. 2-2, or rather 2-0.
We're a little late on the scoreboard there. 2-0 is the count. It says 2-2, but
Skipper looks now to the plate. A breaking ball across the plate. Make it 2-1.
All the LSU Tiger fans listening appreciate me saying breaking ball usually not in the zone, and then he drops 2 in there in the first 5 pitches.
That's usually how it works. And now Skipper gonna step off the rubber and make a little fake throw there as the pitch clock was winding down. Again, the new rule, new emphasis in college baseball this year, must be an action. A fake throw is a action. 2-1 to Jobert. Breaking ball, and he went around.
That's the one he likes. The big bender that's out of the zone, gets those swings and misses with it. It's just an evenly matched series this weekend, Chris. These are two good baseball teams, and it should come as no surprise they've split the first 2, and it's going to come down to the last 6 outs.
Now an even count to Jobert. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners take their lead. Skipper fires. Fouled back towards us. Thankfully a screen is there. Still 2-2.
Good job by Braden to be ready there. Looked a little foolish on the breaking ball, and Skipper tried to sneak the fastball by him there. 2-2 at 89, and he was able to get his hands through it and was right on it, just fouled it back.
Two. Stays away as the breaking ball drops in low. Good eye by Jobert, good discipline. Fills the count now 3-2.
After that bad swing, those 2 pitches were pretty impressive from Jobert. To get to the fastball and then to lay off that breaking ball. Looks like he's seen those 2 pretty well.
Nobody out, runners first and second. Auburn holding on to a 4-3 lead. The payoff. Called strike 3 with a breaking ball. Jobert knew it. Just couldn't pull the trigger. 2 for 3 at the plate today for LSU. Righty on righty in the first pitch. The heater misses inside. Thompson steps back, and it's 1-0. Jordan today a base hit with an RBI in the second. Another single in the 4th inning. Last time at bat in the 6th. Ground ball out to the shortstop Brody Moore. Dylan Cruz is at second base. Jacob Bear with the RBI single to score. Morgan stands at first. The 1-0. Outside corner called strike. That'll make it 1 ball, 1 strike.
Nothing you can do with that one. 1-0 breaking ball in the outside corner. You just tip your cap and say, let's do it again.
The wind is Neal here at the box at the moment. The 1-1 hit sharply but foul down the third base line. Thompson falls behind 1-2.
Jordan was ready to go there, 94-mile-an-hour fastball, and he yanks it foul down the third base line. Got to think that would open up that front hip for a breaking ball here if I'm Burkhalter.
One out, the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the breaking pitch. Dropped down in the zone. Thompson down on strikes. Burkhalter records the strikeout, records out number 2 in the inning. And now it's Gavin Dugas.
Gunn had that one at 89 miles an hour. That is a nasty cutter there on the outside corner. Thompson no match for it, and so the Tiger senior will dig in and try to do further damage.
Down by a run here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Cruz at second, Berry at first base. Burkhalter kicks and felt. He kicked and turned and looked back. Cruz to second base.
We know how big Gavin Dugas was for this team last year. Kind of been the forgotten man this year with the top of the order headliners. Just one way to change that. We'll make a big swing right here in a rubber game of an SEC series.
Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Chased it up and out. 0-1.
Burkhalter's got really, really good stuff. That's a breaking ball. Really tough to see, especially when you compare it with a 95-mile-an-hour heater.
Dugas will try it again behind in the count. 0-1. The pitch. Gonna hit him. That'll load the bases. Another hit batter. Add that to the total for this LSU baseball team this year.
Nobody's told Gavin to get that magnet out of his pocket yet, I guess. Been hit 13 times now to lead the Tigers in 28 games.
That's an even 70 hit by pitch for this Fighting Tiger team. That'll load the bases with 2 outs. And the freshman Josh Pearson getting the start today in right field. Swinging the bat 1 for 2 on the day in a big moment in his early LSU career. Down a run with 2 outs and the bases juiced up. The pitch swung and fouled back into the screen. 0-1.
Got the fastball to hit right there, right down the chute. First pitch, he put a good swing on it, just fouled it straight back. Biggest moment of young Josh's early career. Had a couple of big at-bats in Houston in that Minute Maid, in that Shriners Classic. Didn't quite come through. SEC play this time around.
Burkhalter the 0-1. Misses high, eye level. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runners take their lead first, second, and third. Cruz at third, Berry at second. Dugas hit by a pitch at first. The 1-1. Knocked into the air but foul out of play left side. Another Rotolo's foul ball, and it moves the count 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Pearson's got to widen that stance, choke up on the bat, and find some way to get the barrel to the baseball. No time to be greedy here against one of the best closers in the league. Young player like this has got to just try to stay alive.
Auburn today 4 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. LSU 3 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. The 1-2 pitch coming up with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Misses low. Very selective eye by Josh Pearson. That one just missing.
95 on the gun there from the Auburn closer.
Pearson didn't like that offering. So he'll ready the bat here. Burkhalter kicks and fires the 2-2. Hit in the air. Little bloop and a fly ball, and going back, Brody Moore able to track it down in shallow left center field to it. LaRue 0 for 2 on the day. The 0-2 pitch stays alive with a foul ball into the screen. LaRue popped up foul to Travinski behind the plate in the second, aboard on a walk in the 4th inning, and was caught looking at the plate last time in the 6th. The 0-2 from Gervais, going to hit him. LaRue slams down the bat and throws it. Not happy with that at all, and he's going to slowly walk up the first base line.
Well, that's costly. 0-2, first batter of the inning, and you just lose it. That caught him right on the hand. That does not feel good.
Designated hitter, Ryan Lyle.
So the leadoff man gets aboard by way of hit by pitch. Gervais makes things a little more difficult right out of the gate here. As Ryan Dial, the 8-hitter in the lineup, is 1 for 3. Travinski now will trot out to the mound, visit with Paul as action begins to get moving again down in the right field bullpen for LSU. Raiselman has been throwing for a while. Also have Grant Taylor.
Interesting. Yesterday's starter.
So the meeting on the mound all finished.
Yesterday, Grant Taylor, well, not a starter, out of the bullpen, 29 pitches, so available for a little bit of action today if need be.
One of the things Coach Johnson said after the game, they really methodically kept everybody in and around or under 30 pitches. Here's a bunt in front of the mound. Gervais comes off, picks it up. Throw to first is in time for out number 1. Dial does his job, advances the runner in LaRue to second base, and Auburn with the runner in scoring position as Bobby Pierce in the 9-hole will come to the plate.
Auburn just playing for the run there. They'll give up the 8-hole hitter in hopes that 9 and 1 can add an insurance run here in the top half of the 8th.
Pierce at the bottom of the order, 1 for 3. His base hit came back in the 3rd.
Gavin Dugas is 120 feet from the left field line. He is all the way in the left center field gap.
Gervais spins, looks back to second. LaRue heads back to the bag. Pitch to Pierce. Breaking ball there for a strike. 0-1.
That can be a difference maker for Gervais as this season progresses. He has been heavy fastball really all season long, and if he can show that that's at least there, that 95-mile-an-hour fastball gets even tougher.
Gervais, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Dials it back up. 93-mile-an-hour fastball. Kept it low in the zone. Pierce can't find it. It's 0-2. Pierce may be thinking, sitting on dead red fastball here with Gervais ahead in the count. Let's see if he goes that way and if he elevates the fastball. Pierce readies the bat. Runner at second takes the lead. The 0-2 sent towards the first base dugout. Just above hat level. Everybody all right? Still 0-2.
Aggressive pitch there, 0-2. 94-mile-an-hour fastball in the zone. 0-2 there with a base open. Not sure exactly where Gervais wanted it, but no harm done.
LaRue again with his leadoff second. Gervais, the big right-hander, comes set. The 0-2 pitch. Somehow missed, and I'm not sure where. Neither does Paul Gervais or Hayden Travinski or thousands of LSU fans here at the box.
I don't have a great answer for you. Obviously looked good.
Pierce, to his credit, stayed away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Travinski sets up outside to the right-hander, and the pitch is there, and it's a ground ball to first. Short hop knocked down by Morgan. He'll pick it up and nearly collide with Gervais, but get to the bag to beat Pierce for out number 2.
That's a great job by Trey. The ball was to his right on Thursday night, but the ball that got through him, he tried to glove it. This time he made no effort to try to glove that ball. Just kept it in front of it, off his chest, picked it up with his bare hand, and beat the runner to first base. An excellent play by a guy. When you've got that good of hands, you think I can just catch everything, but sometimes that's not what the play calls for. That was one of them, and he does get the out.
So with 2 outs now, Auburn does advance the runner to third. An insurance run 90 feet away. And the top of the order coming up. And a very dangerous Blake Rambush at the plate. LaRue will take his lead from third. Gervais will fire, and it's a strike across the heart of the plate. 0-1. Thompson playing a good 5-6 feet in the right center field grass. As this one misses the outside corner, but not by much. Again, Gervais a little frustrated there. Thought he got the corner. It's 1-1. Now Doty, the shortstop, playing a couple of steps on the outfield grass. Barry now will back up well behind the third base bag. The 1-1 misses high from Gervais. He knew it when he let it go. The fastball off the mark. 2-1.
Impressive for Gervais to pitch in all 3 games this weekend and to come out on Sunday and have 95 in the tank. That's just not something that a lot of pitchers can do at really any level, to have your arm bounce back that quickly, especially a night game last night to a day game today. But that's just the durability that Gervais has shown on this team and the trust the staff has in him.
The 2-1 pitch misses outside. Now 3-1.
Can't give in here to a guy who's hitting 400 on the year and just to lay one in there and let him rip an RBI single. You've got to be aggressive, but not too much at the plate here. Walk's not going to kill you.
So with the 3-1 count, Rambush with LaRue down the line at third. Auburn leading 4-3. The 3-1 misses outside. They'll give up the walk. That'll put runners first and third with 2 outs. Bring Kason Howell to the plate. Jay Johnson, after last night's game, was asked about the number of pitchers used in game 2 out of the bullpen. They used 4. He talked about they have a specific protocol and system they go over immediately following a game to see how the arms are. Razelman rocks, comes set, now the 1-0. In the air, but foul over the first base dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fans, visit your local Kubota dealer. See why Kubota is the #1 rated reliability under 100 horsepower tractor in the USA. Visit LSUKubotaDealers.com for your nearest Kubota dealer and test drive a Kubota. Raisman back up there on the bump quickly. 1 ball, 1 strike. He reaches back, winds, fires, and it's hit back into the screen. Now Razelman ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Did you make the argument that Razelman balks when he comes into that stretch? It's odd to me that he's able to set and then pump and then pump and then pump and then come set and then let it rip. If the rule is you can't deceive the runner. That seems pretty deceptive in my opinion.
The first time I saw it, I thought, uh-oh, he's going to get caught. He hasn't, so I'll follow the rule book and the umpires. 2 outs and a 1-2 count to Howell at the plate. Razelman fires, and it's a little flare, and it's a base hit into right field. Just a little knock off the bat of Howell, and that will score LaRue to make it a 5-3 Auburn lead. Off and running on the pitch. With
I generally refrain, but that one I'd be willing to wager on.
0-1 the count. Can they institute the defensive shift? Pitch inside corner called strike. A little off-speed offering there from Razelman. He gets ahead 0-2.
There's no chance he was looking for that.
nicely executed by Raisel when he's ahead in the count. Rambush taking a huge lead down third, trying to catch the attention of Raiselman. Now he's got to bear down on Teixeira at the plate. 2 outs, runners on the corners. The 0-2. Breaking ball, a bouncing ground ball, and a collision, and a baseball that sails into left center field. Thompson and Doty both on the defensive shift go for the baseball. They slightly collide, and the baseball runs free. Rambush comes in to score.
That's one of those deals where the shift creates a situation that you just don't see very often. You've got 3 infielders on one side of the base. So there's a ground ball that the second baseman and shortstop both have a clear path to. They don't communicate. They don't talk. They've switched positions just a week ago, and the ball literally goes right between them. It's like doubles players in tennis when a ball comes right through them. I got it, you got it, nobody got it, and it's right through the infield. Just another example of LSU's infield defense letting them down, and another run comes across. It's now 6-3.
Still 2 outs, runners on the corners, and LSU cannot find the third out. And Auburn happy to keep adding to their lead. So now it'll bring up Brody Moore. Raiselman fires, swing and a miss. Fastball at 94, and it's 0-1.
A hit by pitch, a sac bunt, a ground ball to first, a walk, a flare into right field, and a ground ball to the left side that gets through. Auburn really has not done much but put the ball in play, and it has certainly netted them 2 runs.
The 0-1, breaking ball in the air to right field. Pearson coming over near. Ground ball by Teixeira. A single through the left side of the infield gives Auburn their 9th hit of the day. The 0-1 to Travinski. Strike on the outside corner. Hayden thought he'd let it go, and the fastball for Burkhalter puts him behind in the count 0-2.
The box score will lie a little bit on LSU's defense this weekend. A single on Thursday that gets through Morgan on a ball that he probably should have blocked up. That one right there that gets through and nobody makes a play. Both of those misplays by LSU not charged as errors and will be earned runs on the book, but plays that LSU should make defensively.
That one misses well outside, all the way to the backstop on that delivery from Burkhalter. Makes it 1-2 now to Hayden Travinski. Defensive change out in left field. Auburn inserts Bryson Ware in place of Mike Bello. 1-2 to Travinski. Able to hold it back. They appeal down to first eventually, and Josh Miller says he went around. That's a strikeout. Burkhalter records another. His second punch out in relief, and there's one gone here in the bottom of the 8th.
Breaking ball there that Travinski didn't quite see. We're checking the replay to see if he did go, and yes, he did. That barrel did cross through the strike zone and could not lay off. Burkhalter's got a nasty slider, and that was certainly it. So things turn over to the top of the order that got things going back in the last inning. They got to try to do it again, down 3.
Cade Doty 1 for 4. Had the double to start that 7th inning. Eventually leading to 2 runs for LSU. This one hit in the air to left field. Ware going back just shy of the track. Now 2 steps on the track. We'll have it for out number 2. So 2 gone here for LSU in the bottom of the 8th. Still about hit Auburn. 3 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. Auburn 6 runs, 9 hits, 1 error.
Now batting first baseman, Trey Morgan.
Trey Morgan with 2 outs. Back-to-back base hits, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 7th. Helped drive in a run last time. Time called. Morgan steps out. Tiger fans, remember, show off your team spirit at the game or even while you're at home. Just visit Cox.com/Tigers. Cox, we're LSU fans 24/7. Burkhalter fires, and the pitch inside backs Morgan up. Just missed the left-hander, and it's 1-0.
This will be Burkhalter's game. We know we saw him on Thursday. He did have the day off yesterday, and he's going to be in there to finish it. So if LSU's going to find a way to come back and tie this game or grab a lead and win it, it'll be off the Auburn closer.
Morgan awaits, and the 1-0. Opposite field, deep to left center field. Going back is where, see ya! Solo home run for Trey Morgan. His second round tripper of the year. And with 2 outs, he gets LSU within 2 runs. 6-4, Auburn now leads.
Just such a good opposite field hitter. Usually we see that for the singles through the left side and some doubles, but there he shows that he can actually lift and separate and get that thing out of the yard to the other way. That's why he's going to be a very, very draftable prospect when that time comes. That was a heck of a swing off a really good closer.
So a little life here for LSU after 2 quick outs. Trubisky down on strikes. Doty with a long fly ball out to left center to the track. Morgan leaving no doubt there. And now Dylan Cruz will stand in. First pitch to Dylan. Takes a big hack but misses as that ball again just slid away from the right-handed hitter. It's 0-1.
Dylan was in ambush mode there, thinking the closer maybe shake it up a little bit. He's going to come with a fastball down the chute, and Burkhalter knew not to. Threw that slider away.
The 0-1 pitch. Inside, just underneath the hands. Fastball missing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cruz 0 for 3 so far today. Reached 3 times on an error in the 3rd, on a fielder's choice in the 5th, and he was hit by a pitch in that 7th inning. Left stranded at 3rd base. The 1-1 misses outside. Good eye by Cruz again with that spinner going away from the right-hander. Didn't move the bat, and it's 2-1.
Any way to get on base here if you're Dylan Cruz, because you know coming back behind you, you've got Jacob Berry in his prodigious power.
The 2-1 delivery. Swing and a miss. That time he brought the heat on the inside. Evens the count now to Dylan Cruz. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Cruz just tardy there. Not ready for the fastball. Pretty good pitch to hit. Burkhalter got it by him.
With 2 outs, the 2-2. Ground ball towards short, right at Moore. Easy play for the shortstop. The throw to first a little closer, but throw beat was a strikeout victim in the 7th. Raiselman, the 1-0. Swung on, lifted in the air, down the line, foul territory, 3rd base side. Berry coming over, Doty coming over, and Berry reaches up and makes the grab as Doty slides underneath him. Good concentration by the Tiger 3rd baseman to get that out. Helps your pitcher out tremendously when you can put a hitter down making a play like that.
It's a good play there by Berry. Doty sliding in there behind him. I was waiting for someone to call someone off and make the play at it. Both guys went for it full bore. Berry kept his feet and was able to squeeze it, and Doty slid right by him. But in any event, 1 out.
Bryson Ware, who checked into left field for Bello, there in the bottom of the 8th, will stand in and hit for the first time. Here's a swing and a miss. Raiselman comes right after him with a fastball at 93. Bryson Ware batting .260. This will be his 74th plate appearance of the year. Right-handed hitters. Raiselman rocks again. And will kick and fire. Swing and a miss. This time 94 got it by.
See, Ware hails from Madison, Mississippi. Excellent exit off the interstate if you're looking for snacks and clean restrooms. Madison's your spot. It's the only thing I can tell you about Madison, Mississippi, but I'm confident in it.
Tigers have 2 throwing down in the bullpen in right, one of which is Ty Floyd. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches offered up by Raiselman. Ware down on strikes. Again, another mid-90s heater. And there's 2 gone as Raiselman records a strikeout. That is his first in relief today. Now the catcher, Nate LaRue, who's 0 for 2, was hit by a pitch and turned out to be very beneficial to Auburn. He came around to score in that 8th inning when they got separation, plating 2 runs. There's a strike on the outside corner. 96 offered up by Raiselman. It's 0-1. 0-1 pitch. Lifted foul, out of play right side. Looks like Ty Floyd and Garrett Edwards are the two Tigers throwing in the bullpen.
A couple of guys that could give you some length if LSU were to come back and tie this thing in the ninth.
2 outs and an 0-2 count. Nate LaRue awaits. Razelman, the pitch, breaking ball. Oh my, beautiful pitch. They say missed the outside corner.
Berry took 4 steps from third. Doty took 4 steps from short. Thompson took 4 steps from second. Dugas in left. Cruz in center. They were all 8 steps to the dugout.
Scott Kennedy, the home plate umpire, appeared to flinch after that hit the mitt. Here's the 1-2. That time he went around. In the SEC, it's his game here with his team up by 2 runs. He'll face off against the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Jacob Berry to get it started. Pitch to the left-hander. Misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Berry today productive at the plate. 3 of 3 in the cleanup spot. 3 base hits. He's reached base all 4 times, including a walk in the 5th inning. Burkhalter's 1-0. Hit in the air, but foul, out of play right side. 1-1.
A lot of times down a run, 2, 3 runs, which LSU finds herself down 2 here. You would take a strike, but Berry seeing the ball the way he is, Jay Johnson said, swing away when you see something, boss.
This one a strike on the outside corner. Gets Burkhalter ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes.
What makes Burkhalter so tough is that he short arms it from right behind his ear. As Auburn goes into a shift, they'll pull the third baseman to a traditional second base spot, and the second baseman will back up into shallow right field with 2 strikes here on Berry.
The extreme defensive shift here against the left-handed hitting Jacob Berry. The 1-2. Tried to lay back on it, but fouls it up in the air, giving a chase, and unable to get to that as the lone man on the left side of the infield. It drops down harmlessly on the foul track, and it's still 1-2.
Do that with 2 strikes because now you take away the ability for Berry to just bunt to a vacated left side of the infield. There's no one over there near third base, but with 2 strikes he won't be able to do that for fear of bunting himself out. So just allow yourself against the lefty a little bit more defensive protection on the right side.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Berry leading things off here. Joe Bear and Thompson behind him in the bottom of the 9th. Burkhalter's 1-2. It's a 1-hopper in the shallow right field grass. The throw coming in a little high, but Teixeira handles it at first. And the extreme shift works. Berry hit it right at Foster, who was a good 20 feet in right center field.
Yep, that would have been a single if not for the shift. So Butch Thompson and his staff do a good job of positioning. Wanted to watch it one more time on replay to be sure, but unless the second baseman was playing in some sort of wacky spot, that would have been a single safely into the right field grass, but not to be. 1 out.
So 1 down in the bottom of the 9th. Braden Joe Bear, who's 1 for 4. His base hit all the way back in the 2nd inning. He's caught looking in the 7th. Burkhalter, the delivery. Misses off the outside corner. 1-0. Working from the stretch, Burkhalter's 1-0 delivery. Looked like even farther out of the plate, but that one ruled a strike.
Yeah, I think he missed that one. We don't have the best angle, but that one looked to be off the plate.
Yeah, we don't have the best angle, but if the first one missed, I think that second one missed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Burkhalter to the plate, and a little foul ball came off the front cleat. It rolls towards the second baseman Foster, but ruled a foul ball as Joe Bear going to try to walk that one off.
Burkhalter north of 30 pitches on Thursday, now 31 pitches today. He is a closer, but he has extended a little bit this year. We'll see if the stuff maintains its level here as he tries to slam the door on an Auburn series win.
Initially, as Joe Bear came to the plate, Auburn playing straight up. Now they went back to the extreme shift. They've got Brody Moore, the lone infielder, left of second base. Rambush playing right of second, and again the second baseman Cole Foster 20 feet out in right field. So after taking some time, Joe Bear. Nobody on. The 2-2. Ground ball again right at the second baseman, playing in shallow right field. He will glove it, throw to first, and the extreme shift works again. LSU hits it right at him, and there's 2 gone.
That one likely a routine play for the second baseman in any event, but certainly doesn't hurt to have 3 guys over there. And Auburn 1 out away from series win here at the box.
Series win would be key for Coach Thompson and Auburn on the road. It would also get them above 500, keep them near the top, giving chase to Arkansas in the SEC West. Again, we told you earlier that Auburn will have a midweek against UAB and then host Vanderbilt at Plainsman Park next weekend. LSU will begin a road show in league play starting against Mississippi State. Jordan Thompson swings and misses, and it's 0-1. They then follow that weekend up with a trip to Fayetteville to take on the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Plenty of pop in that on-deck circle, and Gavin Dugas 19 blasts a year ago. Thompson could just find a way.
The 0-1 is a swing and a miss. Half-hearted swing by Thompson. But Burkhalter got him to chase that one away. It's 0-2. Two outs, bottom of the ninth, the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss.